it's Jason from Pro Guitar Studio. Today we're going to take a look at a pedal that Flamma sent me. They're kind enough to send me this pedal to check out. It's the FF03 Looper. Okay, so the song you heard at the beginning was played through this. The drums were through this. So first thoughts on this, before I get to my actual opinion on this pedal. First thoughts are that this actually has quite a few really good drum beats. So it's a good drum machine if you just want something simple to plug in, practice along with, which is great for any guitar player trying to get comfortable on the instrument. So playing in time is one of the most important things. I definitely stress that a lot with my students here. So it's a great tool to have instead of using a metronome, having drum tracks to play with. Now, that being said, the looper portion of this and the synchronization of the two things just do not work. So I actually intended to make a video with this with a whole range of clips at the start. So you probably saw I just did one clip, one example. And it's because this pedal is so finicky to use. It took me like 30 minutes to actually get a good take. Just because this is not ready, really. I don't think it's ready to be put out to the public. Now, I did tell these guys what I thought about it. So full transparency with them. And they told me just to put the video out anyway. It's all good. So hopefully they come up with a firmware update, because at the current moment, when you play this with the drums, for whatever reason, there's no synchronization that is consistent. Okay, so sometimes you'll end up hitting, let's say, loop on, loop off, and it will synchronize with the drums, no problems. Other times it'll skip a beat. Other times it'll skip out the guitar, and I don't understand what's happening there. As I was editing this video, I could see the comments coming in, saying, did I actually set the synchronization setting properly? And so just so you can see it on here, where is it? There we go. Sync is on. So that means that we're syncing the two different tracks together. So we're putting the drums and the guitar part in sync, okay? So that's just for anyone thinking that I might have made a mistake there. Definitely not. I play with it quite a bit. I even have the count in on, synchronization on. All right, so just so you know that, synchronization was set to on, and here we go. But yeah, you'll hear, I'll show you some in a minute, some examples where I'm just basically, every time I hit the loop, to go to the next overdub, it basically jumps ahead or stops. One time it even keeps playing, but the drums are at a different schedule than the guitar. So the synchronization is completely off there. Now, when we have pedals like this, what I think is a good thing is to be able to synchronize the drums and the loop you're playing. And there's a whole range of features on this that don't exist, which I even have on my Boss pedal from like 20 years ago. So it's the Boss RC3. I got that, yeah, 20 years ago, I believe, around there. Could be a little bit earlier, but yeah, it's a pedal that I've had for quite a long time. So I've used that quite a bit. And I mean, I think it's still my most solid loop pedal that I have, because it doesn't really mess up like that. But that being said, this sounds good. It's just in terms of the sound coming out of it, there's no issues with the tone suck on this one. But yeah, I just don't think it makes the cut. I think this needs quite a bit more work in terms of the firmware before we can actually use it properly. So that's my personal opinion, and hopefully you'll see in this video here, that's exactly what happened to me. Now, if they release a firmware update that fixes this, and I find that it fixes it, I will update the description of this video and the title saying that it does work, does pass my test. But right now, I think this is a fail in terms of a loop pedal, because you just cannot use the features on it the way that it's set out. Now, as a drum pedal, if you were just to pay for this just to get the drums, it's cool, but I think at the price that they're asking for here in Canada, I think it's 150 Canadian, definitely way too much for just drum beats. Okay, so you can do that in many other ways. You don't need a pedal for that. So the big features here that are missing are the synchronization between the two things. What I would like to see too in a pedal like this is that when you record your, let's say your drum track and your guitar track, so the two loops, that you can change the drum track. At the current moment, when you try to change the drum track with the way it is, it will completely take the drum track off time. So instead of changing the beat, it just completely goes off time and you can't get it back. So I don't know what's going on there, but hopefully the guys at Flamma will be able to give an update, maybe in the comments below. But yeah, wanted to give you my honest opinion here. I don't want anyone going out to buy this if it's not worth their money. I don't want a lot of unhappy people out there. So the Flamma FF03 definitely does not make the cut, but I'm really hoping for a better firmware update very soon. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you some clips that I took, and this is only a few of them, of me trying to do that first video. Now, keep in mind, I use a loop pedal every single day. I'm not a novice at looping. I can easily do loops, no problem there. And then after that, I'm going to show you the Boss pedal, okay? So the Boss pedal, like I said, the RC3 is really basic. The drum beats definitely don't match up the interest as the Flamma has. So the Flamma has some good drum beats in it, for sure. I'll give it that. But the Boss has like 9 or 10 beats. But the Boss is on, it's in synchronization. It works well. You can change the beat once you stop. It actually pushes you to the nearest beat. So it's cool that way. But yeah, take a listen. Here are the examples from the Flamma pedal when I was trying to record this. Like I said, it took me like half an hour to get that first initial take, which still wasn't perfect. Still had a glitch at the start. All right, here we go. All right, so now that you've heard those examples from the Flamma, here is the example from my Boss pedal, just to show you a comparison. All right, so you can see that the Boss pedal, maybe not as interesting, and I think I played it a bit slower, which is a little hard to change the tempo on the Boss pedal too, I'll give it that. Like, you have to actually tap the pedal or use an external switch to tap it, where the Flamma, you can actually adjust it manually, which makes it simple. But yeah, you'll hear the synchronization, and just in terms of how it comes together, it's much better than what I had going on here. So hopefully you enjoyed this video, and this gives you a clear idea on what this pedal is right now. But hopefully, like I said, we can see some updates in the future.